Hello, we're live. I was supposed to be streaming this last week, but last week I had an accident and I hurt myself pretty bad. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the day off. This time we're back! Yay! Alright. We're back with more Stanley Parable. Where the freak is it? Where is it? There it is. Took me a while. Why is it not capturing? God damn it. Oh, there it is. Hmm. What? Okay, that's new. What? Okay. Which one of the two of words below is the most appealing to you? Scrumtush. Scrumtush. Definitely. Please don't choose a slider. Fuck you. Don't tell me what to do. You know what time it is right now? Yes? Is the time that is right now the correct time? Yes. What time is it anyway? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? No. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Yes, maybe. Alright, there's a bunch of more routes I need to do, but I don't remember. I know we did the straightforward one.
This is the...
Yeah, whatever. Hi, Vex. With the game started again. What the heck? Alright,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
what
mean?
could we do now
Stanley decided to go
as
to
a
the meeting room.
route?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hello, Vex. How are you doing? So apparently I'm still missing a bunch of content in
Stanley came to a set of two
the vanilla version,
He
so...
entered the door on his left.
See.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Probably I don't want to. Huh?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, we're going down. We're going down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
Nice.
His boss would think he was crazy.
Mounted.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
Oh,
down?
shit!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that it had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Okay, shut up, narrator. I have a bit to do.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job, he wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
Shut up!
as I'll wake up
I
soon,
have a bit to do!
back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Hold on, I can't just do that then. Hold on. Nothing beats an Astra holiday. Fuck, I fucked up. Let me start over. Nothing beats an Astra 2 holiday. And right now, you can save 50 sleaze chais per person. That's more than enough for a twinkle of foul. Fuck! Let me start over. Third time's a charm. Dude, if... I'm gonna need to edit that with the fucking music. Nothing beats an Astra 2 holiday, and right now, you can save 50 sleaze chais per person. That's more than enough for a cost of 4.
So, he imagined himself
Darling, hold my hand!
above the ground.
Whoa, whoa!
Then
Whoa, am I getting
he
raptured?
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too
Yo.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it
No, which
particularly
one?
strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing
You show me?
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
I don't have TikTok, so...
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Oh,
Please. It's
go
all
back to
I
sleep,
want.
man.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
This is my beautiful
All I want is
wife.
my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Uh-oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a
Gary.
boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Jesus.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
That's fucked up.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel
I don't know, man. If a guy died in front of me, I would not be okay.
The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Good lord, that was grim. Alright, what's the next route we gotta do in vanilla? I feel like I've done a bunch of them. I feel I could also play it straight until I press a different button. Let's see, check Discord. What the fuck is happening? Like, alright, let me. God damn it, TikTok, stop. Don't start playing the video when I send it back to the beginning. Bitch! Let's see.
It definitely did.
What the fuck? Stop playing! Stop playing on your own! This website is fucking haunted. This is why I don't want a fucking TikTok, Jesus. Great face.
Hey guys, so update on the Rapture. It definitely did happen. You don't get to keep your clothes on. Those just kind of magically fall off, so don't really worry too much about what you're wearing. If I just had any notes, if there was one thing that maybe I could change, this might be an issue, but...
Yeah, you got stuck to the ceiling. That's fucked up. Poor Bob. Also, what the f... Hold on. Hold on. Came to see a dead body. Hi, Silver! Bob got stuck to the ceiling when the Rapture, so also hold on. It's gonna be so mean to him, but I have to do it. It's gonna be so mean to him, but I gotta. Hold on. I gotta. Oh, let me see. Alright, he's gonna... This Bob here is gonna keep us...
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This fucking picture of Bob looks so... What if I went there? Third option. Alright, let's see. There's definitely some other routes I could do here. Can I go down the elevator? Oh, I can. Or up, I guess. Do we go up or down, chat? Up or down? Down? You wanna go down? Oh. Why are they so shiny? They're like glowing. It's like the light of God blessed those like sheets of paper. So, tell me about your day, chat. How you doing? How you doing? I've been doing a little bit of like light rearranging today. I've been a sandwich with chicken strips and that's awesome. I did some tidying up a little bit. I've been sorting my documents and stuff, putting them in some binders and shit. I'll do some more tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna try hitting the gym. There's a different gym. I mean, it's the same franchise? No, not franchise. I mean, company. It's a fucking company that has gyms all over the fucking country. And there's one that's like a few stops away, so I'm gonna try that one, see how it is. I haven't hit the gym in almost a month, and oh god, I miss that. So like, does this ever fucking end? Oh. Wait, what the fuck? Huh. A fake elevator.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have
Don't tell
known
Bob.
was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned him an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known.
You think something will happen if I put the wrong thing a bunch of times? Wrong code.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Alright, that's enough of this fucking bullshit here, hold on. Let's see.
Two, 845.
Two 845, I know, but like, what if... Is anything gonna happen if I just click random?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency
Uh-oh.
override
Okay,
kicked
yeah.
in, and the door just opened
Oh.
all by itself.
Never mind then.
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Right, there's another run I could take too. I think. A little bit further away.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself. to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
There was this, I think, path.
Stanley walked
Yeah,
straight ahead
escape.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's try that one.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this
Uh-oh.
door, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Let's get killed!
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yahoo! Ow! I did not break my fucking legs.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Hi. Oh. Oh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator,
Ooh.
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated
Oh.
as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Hold on a second, chat. I think the game's a bit quiet. I'll not be. There you go. I'm not dead!
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
See, there was a set of two open doors at a very concrete piece of Stanley part of the design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Basically, this opening section was important to get it right. Its corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game, the path from Stanley's office. The two doors was the first path the game was built. Sections have been added and altered through development. Through the core layout remains almost identical. I can't read, but you know. I was taking a short nap earlier today. I was a bit tired, right? Yeah, I'm tired, by the way. And I got fucking woken up by a neighbor drilling upstairs. Kinda crazy how I moved, right? I'm in a different fucking apartment complex now, and now I still get some fucking neighbor drilling. Nature paintings. They're photos with a fucking Photoshop filter on it. The office. I woke up today to someone loudly revving on their motorcycle. Damn! I mean, already my next door neighbors, they seem pretty cool. Like, I've met them a few times. They seem nice, and they used to be the tenants of the apartment I'm in. They currently moved to the apartment next to mine right now, and they're looking for a future place, which sucks because they seem nice. They seem cool. But they wanna find a new place because they got 2 small kids and, you know, they want something more spacious. Their kids just fucking scream like they're being slaughtered every time. To be fair, that neighbor makes noise when it's technically allowed to, so I can't complain. Printer. Warzone? Why is there a fucking war? Is this fucking Tron Legacy? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized sort of starting to Billy was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of the people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Don't move to Brussels. They will drill at 8 in the morning. I mean, it was the afternoon. It was the afternoon. It was past 5 p.m. when they were drilling. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, fuck. Blah. Also looks like announcements. In 18, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Strong bad. Wait, is that a fucking reference to what's this thing called? Strong bad. The fucking what's it called? I'm trying to remember the name of the thing this comes from. Fucking Homestar Runner. That bitch. That's the bitch I was thinking about. Early version of the lounge. Cargo lift. Second version is functioning the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. And this looks like more like a fucking aperture laboratories. What's that noise I'm hearing? Y'all hearing that? Oh, it's a clock. Wait, what the fuck? I think I will give you 15 seconds to pick the phone. Not picking it up from the phone led to a different ending. Oh. Huh. Oh god, there's so much to see, Jesus. Maintenance layout. The floor hallways following the first 2 doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Zending model. Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Damn. Zending. Eventually replaced the early version of the ending known as Zending, which eventually kind of merged with another part of the game. Huh. These were originally part of the Zending. The player would deliver and the narrator would describe what call they had pulled. Escape menu. For a long time I had an ending that only ended when the player started from the escape menu. Fortunately, very few players realized this was what it was supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Okay. Countdown disk. First incarnation of the Freedom ending in the game's alpha. Boss's office.
Plausible to you?
Narration outtakes. Given Brightening, the voice of the narrator recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development.
The orange leaf
These are clips from early days that were not used in the final game.
stood on the roof.
Oh.
And finally, he pushed the number 6. Stanley pushed the number 6. Then he
Oh.
pushed the number 4.
Did I see everything? Did not. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, set Davey, the writer, as kind of foundation piece. From this level, got William had to design the full game. For much of the environment was changed, the basic layout for his mock-up is in the game. Still missing some shit, I think. Stanley's office. 11, 12, and 14. Huh. Bit of a subtle difference. Sorta. I mean, the desk is smaller here and it gets bigger. Huh. Hold on, let me get my microphone a bit closer to my face.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Gonna say anything else, lady?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way
Let's see.
to beat this game.
Oh.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Let's turn into a pancake.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Damn. And we start over again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Girls are
Stanley
fighting for
decided
each
to
other.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm itchy.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Let's see, we're gonna follow through, but then we do the... We don't do the freedom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley
Kitty.
wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Let's see if I can find the liminal place again. There it is. No, it's not. Where is it? I found it last time. It was 500 something. Where the fuck is it? There it is. 453. Hey, those office chairs seem pretty climbable. What office chairs? What do you mean? Office chairs? Huh? What do you mean?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It
Yeah,
couldn't
too late.
be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
All
There
right.
was the proof. The heart of
I
the
wish there was a way
operation.
to find out
Controls labeled
how
with
to
emotions.
get the last button
Sad
here.
or content.
How do you do that?
Eating,
There's
working,
stuff here.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery
get up there,
would
though.
never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Y'all see it, right? There's a button here, but... I don't know. Like, there's something, but... You know... There are buttons, right? There's one here that I cannot access. See? Number 4 is missing. Like, number 4 is right there, but I can't access it. Ugh. Do you know? Do you know, Vex? Cause there's a door. There's like fucking locked. I can't see shit, man. It's so dark. Shit. Can I open the door? I mean, you can't jump in this game, so I don't think you can do, like, parkour exactly. Come on. No? That's not how you do it? Fuck. How the hell? Or a ladder. Climb on it. What the heck? Why can't I jump? I want to jump. Hit the facility power and find out. Ooh.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
No.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying
Hello?
alone.
Why didn't it change anything? Why did you not do the thing? No! It was supposed to do a thing!
Burned to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather
What the heck?
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite
Oh!
I almost hate to see it go.
What the fuck? Oh, did they fuck
What I
it?
come up with on the next go around will be even better.
Did they fuck it?
My
I fucked
goodness,
it, right?
Only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Oh,
not?
thank you. So generous.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something
What?
here will save me. Why would you think that,
What?
Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any
They fuck
idea
it?
what your purpose in this place is?
What?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're
What the
powerless,
fuck?
to see you made humble. This
The
is
door
not a
opened there and I don't know.
You
They
wanted
fuck
to
it?
control this world.
Chat, did they fuck
I'm
it?
going to destroy it first, so you can't.
The door was open! It closed in front of my face!
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Ah!
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
What the
from
fuck?
moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Think fast, chuckle nuts! Wait, did I do something wrong? I pressed all the buttons.
All of his co-workers were gone.
The door was open. Is it
Stanley decided to
scripted?
go
What
to
the
meeting
fuck?
room. Perhaps
Go
he
for
had
20
simply
blaze
missed
it.
a memo.
What the fuck? What? What the heck? What the fuck? Yeah, when I play this, I try so many times to solve it, right? Like, is it scripted? They just fuck you with that? So, like, you can't. You can't do shit, you just die, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Have we done all the left door routes still? I don't know.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Okay.
Hoping
Bye,
he might
Vex.
find an answer
Have fun.
there.
Get that turkey.
Coming to a
That
staircase,
yurty.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. could he? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Thanks.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Whoa! Can do that. Ooh.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good
Very,
for
very
you.
clever.
When it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Hell yeah.
Job. You did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
That's more than fun times, I think. Alright, okay. I think we're out of, like, options for this route. So, who the fuck is pinging me? God damn it. Where am I getting fucking pinged to? Who's pinging me? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's to the right
Perhaps he
door
had
now.
simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Fuck
and Stanley knew
you!
it
I'm
perfectly
spitting through
well.
that shit.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked...
Yeah, this time we go for the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Let's kill ourselves.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place.
Oh, I can't kill myself here. Damn it.
I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I want to kill myself. Come on. Let me jump off and kill myself.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no.
Yeah, we done that
Stay
before.
away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before.
Whatever.
If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
We done pretty much everything here as well. Let's try the Ultra Deluxe route.
All of his
I done one
co-workers were
before last
gone.
stream.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark. and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it
Whoa.
one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What? Okay. That's new.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Two.
All the new territory will cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience. built
And the
from
secretary
ground
now.
up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. That's great.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean?
That's a Targa
But the
file.
Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented.
Drinking
It
water.
screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Would have been very embarrassed if I choked on my drink just now, huh? Huh. Another Targa file. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. Wow, what a fancy office that is. They're back. 2 doors. Your name, John Parable. Your mission, go through the doors. Thanks for attending my meet. I love the Comic Sans. Right? Can I change? Nah, I cannot. The fern! That's the fern! There's 2 of them now. They don't even fit properly.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Who took the red marker? Me! All of the shitty 2 here. Boom. Sign pitch break, pitch design. Chat. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Alright, oh hell, that's a MacBook. Sequels are good. Oh, the Return of Jafar. There's a fucking bus here. Damn. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
What the fuck? There's so much.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
That's not my
I
name.
should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then
I'm
please
jimming
step
it!
forward
I'm
and-
jimming it!
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again. Jim. It hits even harder.
Dude, don't
the
bust a
second
nut.
time. If this were the only new feature
Don't
in the
do
Stanley
that.
Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Okay, it's clipping through. Bye. I'm jimming it! I'm jimming it! Alright.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Dude, what if I took a screenshot?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
See, no? Okay. Step niece. Oh, the smile! The smile is so cursed.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
What?
Happy 12th birthday,
What the
Stepniece,
fuck?
it is.
I didn't ask for that one. Fuck you! Bitch!
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it,
Lever?
the achievement will
I thought it was
be given to
lever.
you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Tragic. Alright. What else are we not seeing? I think there was something I could check out there.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
What?
Can
Alright.
you feel it? The glow of
Bucket?
comfort, even in the
What do
face
you mean,
of
bucket?
crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Cookstool.
And in fact, can
Or
I say that I
cockstool.
do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I
It's a
think that
fucking
just
bucket.
holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, I got a fucking bucket now. Bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Huh. What? Interesting graph. What the fuck? Full entrance. Yeah, that's what I call my... Sorry. Huh? More whole science space death.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Ugh. Can I drop my bucket? I don't know, I'm a bit scared of that. I don't know, I don't know if I want to fall in there. No. Scary. Maybe I have to, but I don't fucking know.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't
Well,
want
what
to
the
stifle the
fuck?
intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh! There's 5 more? Shit! Well, now I need to go on a fucking witch hunt. Egg hunt, whatever.
And then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I wonder if there are indeed like 6 of them around. There's something else I could do here. I saw a door, it was open. Huh. I'll go there. I don't want to fall into the hole, it's scary.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Fuck you, I took a screenshot.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay, 1 second. I'm getting pinged again. Pinging me. Where the heck am I being?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee.
It's literally the same shit with the extra details.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Sure, bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, where's the hole? Yes!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Fuck yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
What the fuck?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
The bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket
Where are
under
your
the mind
Stanleys?
control facility's
Interrupt more.
influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want
Fuck.
to do or not want to do in the first place? These
This is about the
questions
bucket
raced
now.
furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
Like, I bet it sounds like a fucking tin can if you scream into the bucket.
Tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Hell yeah!
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait.
Uh-oh.
What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Climb!
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
Damn, it's alive.
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
We're still in the Stanley Parable too.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
God, I'm feeling a bit tired. I think I'm gonna have to quit it a bit early tonight. Oh. I wonder if I were to quit now, though. Yeah, I'm a bit tired. Oh, okay, so I am doing the... Fascinating, okay. We'll see that next time then. Oh, completely forgot I had that picture of Bob on my fucking paint, alright. Thank you for watching. I stream on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday after 9 p.m. studio time, and sometimes on Fridays at 8 p.m. Friday, we're going to be playing Milk Inside a Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk and the sequel. So we're gonna play these two games together since the first one is pretty short. I'm gonna see if there's someone I can raid. I don't think I can, right? Yeah, there's no one I'm following who's no one I am like. Okay, well, all right. See you on Friday then. Goodbye.